Hoog E Arts.
So it's here today. We have our Palletful pack box for the month of November. So let's see what we have. All right, so right away what I see is paint. So we have this palette knife for painting. We have a lot of fluff. Let's just make a mess. All right, and we have a card. Let's see what it says. November 2019 Premier Pack. M.Graham Oils Gray Challenge. So oil paints. I'm actually not that fond of oil paints, but I'm going to go ahead and do something today with these. So it looks like we have a 5x7 hardboard canvas. And we have another 8x10 hardboard canvas. Then we have a full framed canvas, and this one is an 8x10 3/4 inch canvas. For our paints, we have ivory black, oil paint, Payne's gray, and titanium white. And you cannot have oil paints without your oil, so we have some walnut oil. And oh, we have this very nice brush. It's a white Sable Robert Simmons. It's a number 4 760B, and it looks like a flat brush. I might actually not use this for my oils because this is a nice brush. I might put this with my other brushes. And that's it. We have a bunch of fluffy gray pieces. I actually like this better than last month. Last month I was like purple. It was just really bright purple fluff. So looking at everything we have one full canvas. We have 2 of these hardboard canvases, so a bigger one and a smaller one. We have monochromatic paints of gray, black, and white. And we have 1 palette knife and 1 brush. And then you can't have oils without your oil, so we have walnut oil to go with these paints. So let's see what this says. This is the card that came with our Palletful pack box this month. It says November 2019 Premier Pack, M.Graham's Oils Gray Challenge. Oh. So M.Graham Artist Oil Color, Ivory Black, Payne's Gray, and Titanium White. In the tradition of Masters M.Graham Artist Oil Color is made with pure walnut oil for its brilliance, clarity, texture, and resistance to fading and yellowing. Working in small batches, Graham, I can't decide if it's Graham or it's Graham. I'm just gonna say Graham, it's easier to say. Graham crafts oil colors true to the roots of Renaissance painting, delicately free-flowing, solvent-free, and with no filters or additives. They are intermixable and compatible with all other oils. Remember, oil paints dry very slowly. I hate that. It is one of the reasons why oil paint blends so easily compared to fast drying mediums like acrylics. That means oil paint can require a little bit of patience as you build your layers. And the paints value about $32.97. So the paints alone cost as much as this box because the box is about $35. So M.Graham Walnut Oil, the most oil paint need you to use solvents to clean your brushes. Renaissance masters didn't have to use solvents, and neither do you. Walnut oil effectively removes color from artist brushes and is natural vegetable oil. So I could probably eat this. Robert Simmons White Sable Brush. So this cool brush that I got, Robert Simmons line of white Sable brushes have the basic spring, flexibility point, and sharp working edge of traditional red Sable hair brushes, but they hold more color, clean easier, last longer than red Sable. The brush, Joshua, The brush may be used for oil, acrylic, or watercolor. So it's probably my acrylic brush. So I'll get oils in these fibers, just saying. Once you use a brush for oil paint, it is best to permanently make that brush an oil brush. So I'm not using this nice brush on my oil paint today. I'm going to use my cheap brushes. Let's see, Alternative Palette Knife. Use this knife to mix and apply even the thick oil paint and manipulate the textures with ease. An artist palette knife. So it's a palette knife. $5 in value. So we have stuff that is valued way over this box because the box was only $35. And let's see, $32.97 plus $7.42 plus $10.25 plus $4.95 plus $14.49 equals, well, I don't know, but I'll probably put it on the screen. On the back of this, it says Palletful Pack Prompt and Challenges. So we have challenges today. And if you follow me, you know that I like challenges. So let's see what this says. It says, Palletful Prompts rules. Make a drawing painting based on your interpretation of the prompt. Post it to social media. Hashtag it with Palletful Prompt and Palletful Packs. Hashtag cool. They got the month wrong on this. It says September prompts, but we're gonna go ahead and do the prompts on these canvases. 3 of them. There's 4 of them. So we have week 1, winter. Week 2, branches. Week 3, cat. Week 4, blanket. So those are our prompts today. So for week 1, winter, I did this lovely landscape of a snowstorm. Do you see the snowman in the snowstorm? I didn't even uncover the plastic, so. If you guys know me, you know I love color. And this is all black and white. But it's all about learning and doing stuff you're not used to, so let's do this. Well, let's start with this first small one, the 5x7 canvas board, just to get us started. And then I'm going to be extra classy with my paper plate palette for my oil paints because they take forever to dry anyway, so what's it matter? And I don't want to use my fancy new brush that actually came in my box. I'm going to save that for my acrylics because I use acrylics a lot more than I do oil paints because these are the only oil paints I own now. So, all right, let's just put some paint on this and attempt to get started because I honestly don't know where I'm going right now. I think I'm going to try to do a wolf. Oh great, black and Payne's gray look the same. I'll have to keep track of those. And probably more white. I'll just start with a white base. I'll do winter for my first one. I should have drawn my lines to do this, but these oil paints have me all off rhythm right now. All right, I mean the basic shape. Now I remember my difficulty with these is just it blends. Everything blends, and I kind of like starkness, actually. Yeah, thin brush to really get these details going. I mean, he's looking like a wolf, so that's a plus. All right, I had to change my shirt because I had a nice shirt on and oil paints are messy, but We have a little wolf, and it's not as detailed as I'd like it to be because oils do take a long time to dry. So in like a week or whenever this decides to dry, I could probably go in there and add like highlights and little fur textures and stuff on his face. But for now, we just have this very contemporary, non-detailed piece of a little winter wolf. So it's my winter prompt. I don't know where to set this. Alright. I hope you noticed the new lighting because it just came yesterday and it looks so much better in this room. Everything's lit up. I feel like the quality of the video is really improved. So give a thumbs up if you enjoy the new lights. Alright, for this second one, I'm going to go ahead and use the other hardboard, and we are going to do the prompt branch, but we are going to go ahead and use that little palette knife that they gave me in the box. And we're going to use a lot of paint because when you use palette knives, yeah, you're basically just pasting it on there with this knife. Alright, I have my background full of white, and I'm going to go ahead and put some Payne's Gray in there and hopefully muddy it up because I want my tree to be snow covered since we have a lot of this black and white going on right now. And hopefully I can get that effect with my palette knife. It has been so long since I've used one of these. Since you don't have much control with a palette knife, I mean, you do have your edges and things you can use, I'm going to go ahead and actually splat it to bring up some of that paint to start my design of my tree, and that'll help me guide to where I can kind of put the black and really make the branch come out and look snowy, I guess. Alright, so I have my tree kind of laid out abstractly. I'm going to go ahead and get some of that ivory black to really bring in the tree, and hopefully scraping away a lot of this gray will make it easier for me to add like the snow on the branches and whatnot. So far, this is coming out not at all how I'm wanting it, but can get detail with something that's like this, but it has cool texture. I'm scratching some of the texture into the bark. I'm gonna go ahead and plaster some white on there to kind of make it look like snowy tree branches. So with my experience with this box, I would say I'm still not into oil paints and definitely not into palette knifing oil paints at all. But let me know what you think in the comments about my two experiments here. I'm gonna go ahead and show you my tree branches, which from afar, they do look like branches. But close up, you can see that it's just a Palletful mess. Palletful bucks. And I have oil paints literally on everything, so I'm gonna have to wash my table and anything else I don't want oil paints on for all eternity. Go ahead and let me know what you think about this month's box and my experience with it. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up. Next week I'm going to have a little bit more fun with Pokemon. If you're a Pokemon fan, be sure to tune in next week as I go over my dream team of 6 Pokemon and draw them as if they were real Pokemon monsters. There are videos on each side of me. Hopefully you like those too. That little circle with my logo on it hit that to subscribe or go down below and subscribe there for future videos. Well guys, we'll see you next time.